Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel, I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do have in here, it is the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics. So this game it is developed by the Bonus XP, a developer team that also developed the Stranger Things 3, the video game. And this game it is using Unity engine, and it is pretty much, as you can see, a turn-based strategy game. So yeah, so why I'm testing this? I'm testing this because it is actually very cheap and it is also very undemanding, which is something that it is precious today for our GT 740M, although it has some issues which I will explain. So first of all, the graphical settings. So I'm playing the game at 720p, I'm using BorderOS to record, although I do recommend you to use only full screen, and I'm using low settings. So I'm pretty much running at the minimum possible at 720p. And looking to the requirements, these guys ask for an i5 CPU with 2.4 GHz of clock. They don't specify the number of cores. They say that you need 4 gigs of RAM, which I agree, and they also say that you need a graphic card with 1 gig of VRAM, which in our case in here, I didn't saw the game using more than 500 megabytes, so yeah, pretty low requirements. But at 720p and low settings, my average with this game it was 31 frames per second. So despite the average was pretty much above 30 frames per second, some areas were slightly lower than 30 frames per second. It didn't really got in the way of this game. This is a turn-based game, so you can play easily lower than 30 frames per second without any issue. The only issue that I have with the performance on this game is that the game sometimes just stalls. The game stops for a second every time you do like an attack, or there are some sound that it's going to reproduce, and suddenly out of nowhere the game stops for 1 second or something like it. So it's the only issue that I have with this game. For both my desktops I didn't add this issue, which is a little bit strange, so I don't really know why this is happening on this laptop, but it surely happens. Although, like I said, this is a turn-based game, so stuttering and stuff like low frame rate don't really get you in the way of playing this game, and so it is completely fine. As for the game itself, this game it is a pretty generic turn-based game. It is apparently based on a movie available on Netflix, and actually I'm going to be honest, I don't know really the movie. I don't know anything about the movie, so I really don't know how good or bad this game can be. But apparently, looking to the Steam page, you can see that the game has scores around 67 on Metacritic, so it's reasonable to say the least. But users gave it 81%. The complaints that I've saw of the users are mostly the fact that pretty much the UI interface, some people complain about it, that they should have worked more on the interface, not because it is useful or not, but usable, but mostly because it looks like a paid iOS game. Other complaints are related with the fact that this game tries to be like Final Fantasy Tactics, which was an old game for PS1, but unfortunately they also say that they failed trying to replicate the game. But yeah, for the fans of Final Fantasy Tactics, you might find a place in this game, but don't expect it to be better than that game anyway. But I think the really good stuff about this game is that it runs on our laptop, which is something that's it doesn't really happen with all the games, especially at 720p. And the second thing it is that the game it's really cheap. You can buy this game on Steam by the time of this video for around 16 euros or 17 euros. This is the launch price, so which means that on a sale this game might go to a very low price, alright? And you might be able to find this game possibly later on an Humble Monthly or Humble Choice or any bundle of indie games. I'm pretty sure you will find this game if you wait long enough. But I guess that's all that I want to talk about the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the gameplay, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.